Hi guys, it's Wednesday and this week we are talking about our irrational fears. I actually had suggested this topic because I was catching up on the Joy the Baker podcast and Joy and Tracy were talking about theirs and I was like, oh, that seems like a fun thing to talk about, a good idea. But now I'm realizing that maybe ruminating on one's irrational fears isn't all that fun. But I'm also sitting here going, now, which of my fears are rational and irrational? Like the way Ashley kind of touched on, and I don't know. Because the first one of mine that comes to mind is, sorry, I'm awkward because I'm not vlogging from home base. I get scared of someone wanting to push me in front of an oncoming train when waiting for the subway. And I know that that is kind of not irrational in some way because tragically and somewhat recently that's been a thing that's happened. So I'm always looking at the people around me and thinking of what I would do and being ready to pounce and fight back. Because obviously could, I mean, maybe, whatever. But I that's one that I because I take the subway every day, got to deal with every day. And it is not a common thing to have to worry about, I guess. So I guess that's why I put it on the irrational fear, because I hope it's fucking irrational. That's why. I guess my biggest irrational fear is I can be pretty scared of the dark, in the way of just kind of being convinced that something is there. I just let stories like that get to me. One of the ones that Joy called out in the podcast, I think, was Bloody Mary, and I, for the longest time, had the biggest Bloody Mary fear. Just if you don't know what that is, just look it up, basically. But no, or don't look it up, because it'll be scary. Whatever, look in the mirror, say Bloody Mary. She's gonna come out. She's totally gonna kill you. I heard about it when I was in the 7th or 8th grade and never really recovered. I kind of I have a very, 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 very active imagination. So, anything that's mildly creepy will turn into an irrational fear. The one about the urban legend about how, this girl got killed in her bed and it turned out the intruder had been lying under her bed for 3 days. You could tell by the imprint in the rug under the ground. Whoa, forget it. And I guess another one I could put on that list is small planes. I have been on some small planes, but we have a tiny plane that flies from Boston to Belfast, Maine and back, and I'm hot damn, I don't want to get on that plane. But I think more it's for me, if I'm going to die in a tiny plane crash, I want to be going somewhere exotic and fun on vacation, not for work. So, yeah. I guess that just falls under my irrational fear of making a tiny choice that puts me in a compromising position. I don't know, my arm's getting tired. So, oh, here's a good one. I have an irrational fear of my limb falling asleep from something sitting on my leg and the feeling never coming back. Yeah, I get that. Or of eating something that has bugs in it that I don't know about, or some kind of poisonous neurotoxin, and just going about my business will kill me. All right, this is getting weird. I'm gonna go now.